What's going on here? I managed to undo everything. Okay. So we're not looking terrible. We haven't decided on a second color yet. We could go black or green at this point. I have a flesh allergy. I got a few powerful cards. So we'll see how this pack develops. There's a Dark Steel Juggernaut, powerful creature. Could get in there for a lot. We have a lot of artifacts. This is the deck where he would be strong. There's an Arbalest, which could give us some removal with these stupid mirrors. It's kind of a combo with the Galvanizer. There's a Tumble Magnet. We have one, but a second Tumble Magnet never hurts. But I think we're going Juggernaut here. It's a powerful card. Give us a win condition. Wow, an Arc Trail. Depressing. I guess we should just slam that Arc Trail, but we're never taking Arc Trail over Elspeth, so whatever. It's just a money decision, really. Elspeth is worth something. Arc Trail might win this 4-3-2-2 and win us 4 packs. It's a no-brainer, really. The Arrest is our pick out of this pack. We could just go Arc Trail and jump into red, but it just seems too stupid. We're just going to play Arrest here. That card will definitely make it, no matter how we end up. So we have a Revoke. We have a Kimba. I haven't drafted a single piece of equipment, but Kimba is still a 2-4 for 3, which is playable by itself. I mean, Loxodon Wayfarer is just straight worse. Revoke Existence, the second one would be nice, but we have a Sylvok replica, so we have a second Shatter already. So it's Kimba for sure. And we might give a second look at some of the equipment that's rolling around. Wow, Shatter. Depressing. There's a Throne of Geth, which works alright with Elspeth and Trigon. Any other things I'm missing? Could work with Tumble Magnet and Sensor. So Proliferate wouldn't be bad for us. No white spell bombs. Haven't seen a single one. Somebody must be picking them. Maybe the guy directly to our rights. In some kind of white Metalcraft deck. That'd be funny. Shatter's the best card here. But we're going with Throne of Geth just to try something, you know. It may not work, but I have several ways. I'd like to give it a chance. Well, this isn't too bad. There's an Acid Web Spider in here. There's a Rust Tick, which is strong. There's a Mirror Still, and there's a Molder Beast. I'm thinking Rust Tick. The card's always good. I'm always happy to see it. Seachrome Coast is not going to do it. We don't have any good blue. So yeah, I think it's going to be Rust Tick. I think the Spider's a stronger card, but we're heavy on 5s, and I want to play all these 5 drops. So I'm thinking Rust Tick might help us more often. So there's a Strider's Harness, which will help out Kimba. And we kind of need to value that high at this point since we have nothing else for it. And of course the rest of these cards are trash. There's a Coven Vampires, which if we were white-black still, it would work. But I'm definitely looking at green right now. So there's a Galma's Warden, a 4-drop. We have a lot of artifacts. We can definitely get Metalcraft going. There's not much else either. There's another Soul Parry for the board. Azuri's Archers would be for the board as well. But to get Galma's Warden, I think we can main deck. We're pretty close to enough playables right now. But I think we'll go Warden anyway. And there's another Warden. So we can just load it up if that's what we choose. No, we're not Vigil for the Losting. Salvage Scout. Well, we have a few targets for Salvage Scout. It wouldn't be awful, but I hate playing a card like that. It's the kind of card that I hate, so we're not doing it. There's a Carapace Forger, which could make our deck. There's a Nurok Replica, which is a card I don't want to play against, so I might hate that away, but I think I'm going to take Carapace Forger, probably be in the board. But I like to have a card like that against Infect to bring in, just so I can trade it off with Nims or whatnot. We'll also get a Tyrannex for the board. Rebels is a strong card. We have only one Shatter effect right now. The other one removes. Wow, a replica of Vestlate and another Rebels? Well, we'll take the second Rebel. So we have a few pieces of removal. Wow, 3 replicas in a row? Come on. That card's not that bad. And somebody took a land over Twisted Image. You could play Twisted Image. It's not that bad. But this is 4-3-2-2. Who knows what's going through these guys' heads? So we've ended up with a basically straight white. Splash for a couple forests. I could play some swamps for the flesh allergy. I'll have to look at my removal here and figure it out. I'm not going to run the Genesis Wave. I mean, I could, and it would be pretty sick if I Genesis Wave for like 5 and hit a Nelspeth or some of those 5 drops I got. But that's a long shot. And every game you open Genesis Wave in your hand, it's basically a mulligan. And it seems like not the way to go. I've seen it be just a blowout. I had a guy Genesis Wave for 7 the other night, and I did not pull it out after he hit six permanents, 3 of which were awesome creatures. So I think we'll just look at what we got here before we make any crazy decisions. I could have taken the Slice. I'm glad I took the Silvok Replica, looking back. So it is an artifact and it fits better in the curve. Slice would force us a heavier commitment in green. Right now we don't really have any green cards. We just need a forest for our replica, which we only have 1 of. So that's a nice situation to be in. We have 16 artifacts and 2 wardens. That's fine. So right there we got 15 cards exactly. We can play a Censor, which is an option. It'll give us some reach, which our deck is a bit short on. I do have 3 mana mirror, which makes me tend towards 16, but my curve is very high. 4 through 6, I have 10 cards. That's a lot. I can't really afford to get stuck for several turns. So right now if I put 17, I'll have 20 mana sources, counting the mirror, which is 50-50. That's a bit heavy, but mirror tend to die. So I'm still like, I'm up in the air. I'm kind of leaning towards throwing the Censor in there just so I'll have a draw to win after I race my opponent down and they stabilize. But my late game is very strong already, that's the thing. I have a Hellkite, I have Elspeth to draw to, and Trigon to get me more cards. I mean, Loxodon Wayfarer may be better if we're going for a 24th card, because it'll provide more defense early on, which is where we will likely lose, if it's going to go that way. But with our power level, I think I'm most comfortable just playing a 17th land. I mean, Trigon of Thought will get us out of disadvantage, and we can reset the Trigon with the Stag. And we have some nice late games to take advantage of a bit of mana flood. So I don't feel like we need to risk too much here. I can play 3 forests for the Silvok Replica without really hurting us at all. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for us to hit all 3 forests in our opening hand. Not saying we won't, but it seems like a long shot. Yes, this doesn't look bad at all. We have several rares, strong rares in here. Yeah, with Tower of Calamities, I should definitely play 17 lands. I forgot about that. Getting to 8 is not so easy. Anything I might have wanted to play. There's a Forger in here that I could run. Lower the creature curve a little bit. Is anything worse? I could cut a Galma's Warden, which is a 2/4. I could lower the curve. I'd have to cut out probably 3 more planes and put 3 more forests in here. I only need double white for 3 cards. So if I go like that, adds a little bit more chance to our deck. It is kind of hard to get to Metalcraft. That guy is a 2/2 for 2, which against a deck like the Rush deck, that might be important. 4-drops are really good for our deck though, since we have triple mirror. So I think I'm just going to stick with the 4-drop. I don't really feel comfortable playing effectively splashing for Carapace Forger. He is just not that strong. Especially for a slower late range game deck like we're playing. We're going to try to get our 4/6 Warden and smash away at that point. It's kind of our finisher move. Alright, let's go to round 1.